let's start with our environmental policy. So basically, our company is really serious about taking care of the environment. So we try to reduce any negative impact from our daily operation, product and service. Okay, so to do that, we make sure we follow all environmental law and regulation, and we're also working hard to prevent pollution, cut down on waste, and use resource wisely. So if we can reduce harmful emission, we do it. However, on top of that, make sure our employees are trained and motivated to do their job in an environmentally friendly way. And lastly, we don't do this alone. So basically, we also encourage our supplier and subcontractor to follow the same green practice. Okay, next let's talk about environmental aspect. So at Enviro Camp Sdn Bhd, before we start any planning or new project, we take time to identify and update the environmental aspect of our works. So if like anything that could affect the environment, so we have a proper system to check which part of our we have a proper system to check which part of our operation we can control or influence. So we look at which of these present aspect might have a big impact of the environment, and we prioritize them for improvement. And of course, we make sure all of this information is kept update, and we can keep improving the project. Okay, so for legal and other requirement, let's look at the law and rule we need to follow. So first up, under the air emission control, we follow the Clean Air Regulation 2024 2014, and the control of emission from petrol engines regulation 1996. So this help us to manage what kind of gases that we release into the air. So for waste management, we follow the Solid Waste and Public Cleansing Act 2007, which tell us how to properly handle and dispose of waste lah. So when it comes to water pollution, we stick to the Industrial Effluent Regulation 2009 and the Malaysian Sewerage Guideline. We make sure our wastewater doesn't pollute the river or the sea. And okay, now let's go through our company environmental goals that we are aiming to do better, which is our objective and our target. So first, we want to reduce waste in every part of operation, so that it will help the planet and also to save money. Next, we're working to cut down greenhouse gases emission, especially from the esterification process. And third, we're trying to use less energy, especially during the drying process, which usually eats up a lot of power. And next, we also want to make sure we are fully compliant with environmental regulations. That means no shortcut or violence. And then next, another goal is to use packaging from sustainable source. So we are helping the environment even through our supply chain. And lastly is we aim to cut down our material usage in the Okay, so this is our company profile. So a company called EnviroChem Sdn Bhd that focuses on making supplement and vitamins and other health product. So the primary focus of EnviroChem is to provide consumer with a wide range of dietary supplements that are designed to complement and enhance their daily nutritional intake.
My name is Harinash. As you can see, this is our company EMS department organization chart. There will be have chief executive officer, environmental management representative, deputy environmental management representative, environmental management system committee, and management review committee. For the Top management Envirochem Sendrambaha commit to provide resources including human resources and specialized skill, organizational, infrastructure, technological and financial resources essential to the implementation and control of the EMS. The roles, responsibilities, and authorities of key personnel defined, documented, and communicated in order to facilitate effective environmental management. For the next slide, this is our training awareness and competency chart. We will implement the EMS, and then there will be training on fire drills. Um, they will be have EMS awareness training also. Uh, for the EMS internal audit to ensure all the system is going well. Um, Environmental protection uh, conceptual training to provide some knowledge to the workers. Uh, Chemical spillage kit handling and responses on leakage by giving some awareness to how to manage the spillage of chemical. Chemical sign understanding and safety of chemical handling. There will be a sign or safety data sheet how to handle a chemical product. And that's all from me.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Nisha Binti Nazaruddin. Would like to explain about communication. For internet communication, the EMR ensure information regarding the EMS and environmental performance is readily available to employees on notice board and internet. For external communication, the environmental policy is available at the office and website. All internal and external inquiries or complaints should be discussed and reviewed during the EMS committee meeting, and the decision should be recorded on meeting minutes. Next, strategies for environmental sustainability. First, establish a strong environmental policy, which is develop a clear and top management endorse environmental policy. The second strategy is set measurable objective and targets, which is align goal with sustainable development principle and SDG. For example, reduce CO2 emission by 10%, achieve 9% recycling rate, reduce energy usage by 15%. And the last strategy is employee training and awareness, which is conduct regular environmental training for all staff and promote a culture of environmental responsibility and green practice.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening. My name is Adam Hazri Arahab and I will be presenting the EMS documentation structure. So, the EMS documentation is structured into four levels. Level 1 is the EMS manual, which outlines the framework and policies. Level 2 includes specific environmental procedures that define how processes are to be managed. Level 3 is for environmental instructions, which detail steps to control activities. Level 4 comprises record that prove EMS implementation and compliance. Next is document control. So, document control is critical to ensure the correct procedures are always followed. All EMS documents must be reviewed, approved, and available at points of use. Old or obsolete versions must be removed or clearly marked to prevent confusion. External documents are also managed under the system to ensure reliability. Next are operational control. So, operational controls are established for all significant environmental aspects. These include the company's own activities as well as those by contractors or suppliers. Everyone involved must follow established procedures and be properly trained. suppliers, and partners are also informed of the environmental expectations. And lastly, for my part, emergency preparedness and response. So, the company maintains emergency procedures to identify and respond to environmental incidents. This includes preparing response plans, assigning responsibilities, and conducting drills. These procedures are regularly reviewed and improved after actual incidents or operational changes. The goal is to minimize environmental harm during emergencies.
For EP06, Environment Monitoring and Evaluation Compliance prescribes comprehensive monitoring and measurement protocols to maintain control over significant environmental aspects and ensure conformance to legal and regulatory requirements. The procedure specifies monitoring criteria such as frequency, methodology, responsibilities, and required documentation. It further mandates quarterly EMS committee meetings to review progress on objectives, operational controls, compliance data, and to address non-conformities. This framework drives continual improvement while safeguarding the organization against compliance risks. EP07 establishes a formalized process for managing all inquiries, complaints, and non-conformities associated with environmental performance. Corrective action reports are utilized to document, identify issues, facilitate root cause analysis, and implement both corrective and preventive measures. Maintenance of CAR status logs and communication records ensures transparency and demonstrates rigorous due diligence, thereby reinforcing the resilience of the EMS. Procedure control records governs the identification, secure maintenance, traceability, and disposal of environmental records. This includes, but it's not limited to, training documentation, audit outputs, monitoring data, and CAR records. A master record list outlines retention timelines, minimum 3 years, and assigns custodianship responsibilities. This procedure ensures that integrity, audit readiness, and full traceability to support both regulatory inspections and internal management review. EP09 Internal Audit details the structured planning and execution of internal audits to evaluate conformity and effectiveness of EMS. Formal audit plans and checklists ensure all EMS components receive coverage at least once annually with audits conducted by independent or qualified personnel. Documented findings initiate CAR processes where required with internal audit reports, serving as critical inputs for management review and continuous system enhancement.
Lastly, I would like to present about management review. A management review is an EMS is a formal, systematic evaluation by top management to assess the effectiveness, adequacy, and sustainability of the EMS. Have two review, which is input to review and output to review. In input to review, have a result of internal audit, feedback from stakeholders, changes in external and internal issues, opportunities for improvement, and lastly, in input to review, progress on environmental objective. And in the output to review, have a decision on changes, resource allocation, action items, and the last terms is continual improvement. Thank you.